Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome to a brand new series called Transport Planner Says. Okay, so what I've been looking around on YouTube, seeing other people play, looking at the comments predominantly on people playing things, it seems like there's a lot of questions and uncertainty as to how traffic actually works and how you should be doing certain things, and there's a lot of mistakes that's being made and very simple stuff that's not being adhered to and so on. So I thought what I would do is I would kind of try and impart a little bit of wisdom in a fun way in a series. Basically, do go through the basics of transport planning and build this city with transport planning in mind. I know I've done that kind of thing before, but this time I want it to be a bit of an interactive process whereby you guys can send me your comments, make comments and suggestions and ask questions in the comments, send me some screenshots or any questions you have about traffic in your cities so that we can try and fix them for you, or at least try and advise you on how to fix them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So if that sounds like a lot of fun and interesting to you, please subscribe now so that you don't miss any of that, and hit the like button so this series can generate some traffic, and so that we can get a little bit more of a conversation going on. What I'm going to also do is basically, like as I said, impart some wisdom. So I'm going to give you some of the principles and basics of transport planning, how it works, and so you can kind of understand that, and you can see how that works in real life where you live. Then I'm going to play this series. I'm going to fill up this city in that way while I'm doing that. So I'll answer questions in areas of the city if possible, else I'll just do something alongside and solve traffic problems as we go. Obviously, the city will start to generate traffic problems. I'll solve that as we go and answer the questions as I mentioned. And just have fun while we're doing it. I obviously enjoy building cities like this quite a lot, so I'm just going to have some fun while I'm at it. So please feel free to put your comments down straight away. Let me know what's going on, and we'll start getting this interactive session going on. And I'm going to rely heavily on you guys to do something about it. Say something down in the comments so that I have some content to go on. If not, I'll just start throwing kind of basic principles at you and kind of explain the aspects as we go. And that's kind of what I'm going to do in this first episode. Before I do that, though, I'm gonna give a shout out to Fluxtrans, who's actually developed this map, and he's played this the Arrow Ridge or Arrowhead Junction series with some other guys, Strict Toaster and Fresh Popcorn, and they did an excellent job at a very realistic looking city on this map. So I thought the map is quite interesting and good. You'll notice that this isn't a desert map this time. I didn't actually do all the stuff that they are doing. I just thought the map is an interesting one, and it's quite nice and flat, so that would make for some interesting transport work. Okay, so that's basically the basics of it. Let's get straight into it. I'm gonna start by kind of imparting a bit of wisdom, and that is that transport is based very much on a road hierarchy system. So obviously the fundamental of transport is getting people from where they live to where they work, to the shops and back to their homes, and any trips that you want to make. That's how you make it. You can either do that by car, by bus, by public transport, any other forms as you do, but mostly, and in this game, as we have a lot of traffic, that is at the moment made by cars, because we don't have any public transport just yet. It's a little bit too small. Okay, so the issue of road hierarchy is one that I see missed in a lot of playthroughs for in Cities Skylines, people building cities without a proper road hierarchy. So what I mean by road hierarchy is that you've got roads that serve various functions. So if I look at this road here, this is a highway, a freeway, highway, depending on which part of the world you live in. So, and its function is mobility. It needs to get you from this point to that point as quickly as possible. It's not here to get you from your home over here to your job over there, or even to your job over here or there. It's for through traffic. It's not for city traffic. Once your city starts getting big enough, and it's all the way along here, you see a lot of commuter traffic using the highway network, and that is predominantly where a lot of congestion comes from. But the highway network, in its function, in the purest sense of its function, is not to provide you with access from here to there. It's to provide you with long distance access from here to there as quickly as possible. So of course, with that function in mind, there would be very little access points onto a highway. And predominantly these will not be conflict junctions like you see over here. They will be free flow grade separated junctions to not disrupt traffic, the through traffic. Okay, so the next road that we're going to look at is this road from Ferngrowth Banks over here to Garland Wells, and that would be classed as an arterial. So within cities, arterials feed major origins and destinations, and along the way they pick up traffic from a variety of other areas and still allow a fairly good mobility, higher speed mobility. So there will be less access on it, and specifically on an arterial road you wouldn't generally see access to developments right on it. Your access is really to other roads that's spaced a little bit more further apart, basically. So that's the arterial road. And arterials and freeways or highways actually meet at points, and that's typically interchanges, not conflict junctions like this. Okay, the next road that we're going to talk about is this road over here. And I think probably this road section over here would probably classify as the same kind of thing. But if we just look at this road over here, all the way to there, this is what is classed as a collector road. And collector roads collect traffic from various areas, neighborhoods and industrial areas and so on, and put them onto the arterial network. The arterial network is a higher speed, higher capacity road. Okay, this is a lower speed with lower capacity with many more access points and lots of junctions and so on. Onto the arterial road to get to the other destinations. So every time as you step down, there are intersections. So you won't necessarily have a collector road intersect with a highway. That's very uncommon. You have an arterial that connects. And at this point, I know they all look the same, but as we progress, you will start to see them shape into different forms. And then collector roads, they connect onto arterial roads. And then from the collector roads, you get local roads. And local roads function is purely access. So it's slow speed, it's got lots of developments accessing onto the roads directly, and so on. So those are the main road elements that we're going to talk about. So we're talking about local roads, collector roads, arterial roads, and freeways or highways. And yes, this might differ a little bit from area to area. So depending on which part of the world you live in, there's some slight nuances in what they're called, but generally the function is the same. So we go from a high mobility to a high access routes. Okay, that's basically the gist of it. So in areas, rural areas typically, where there's not a lot of traffic, you can find conflict junctions onto road networks. Not road networks, onto highways, because there's not a lot of traffic. So it's not necessarily worth building interchanges over here. But as you can see, we are generating, and let me start the game. We are generating a fair bit of traffic right over here, which is no longer working. This is slowing everybody down. It is becoming extremely unsafe in this area over here. So of course this needs to change into something that works. Usually this would turn into a signalized intersection, but on highways it's very uncommon to see signalized junctions. So basically the next step here is grade separation. So we'll need to grade separate this and provide some form of basic interchange where we've got traffic, but it's not tons of traffic, so we don't need a very high capacity interchange. So I'm going to do that. I am going to start by building a bit of a lower capacity interchange here, and I will I think I'm going to do that on a bit of a time lapse, just so that you guys don't get too bored with me trying a million times to build various items. So I'll be right back with the finished product. Okay guys, I am back and let's see how this bad boy functions. So everybody's trying messed up a little bit, so now let's see how this works. Let me just quickly fix up the junction and how the junctions are working over here. This is the stop right here, and that one, that is the stop right there. So now we have perfect flow over the top of this. Ooh, what's happening over here? I'm missing a piece of power right here to the train station, which we will get to later and have all kinds of discussions about. But for now, I'm just going to fix that. Okay, so now this should... Ooh, there's a bit of issues over here, so let me just make sure I fix up all of this. You go there, you go there, oops, you go there, and then you go here. Okay, and then over here, wow, I wonder, does look to be a little bit iffy. But we'll see. After I've popped these in, I'm hoping they will flow at higher speeds. No, these guys are still struggling a bit. On the other side, we're not having the similar problems on the other side. So maybe all I need to do is, oops, just grab this. Ooh, hang on. Grab that. Ooh, come on. Grab that and fix that up just a tad, I think. Like so, and maybe just pull these a little. Ooh, something's funny. Something's funny over here, so I'll have to just kind of fix that. Don't mess it up too much. If I pull them apart a little bit, I might be able to sort that out. Yeah, think we've got them going. Yeah, there we go. Got them going. There was just a little bit two nodes on top of each other there, and the guys didn't quite know what they were doing. I'll have one more look. These guys are doing funny things still. Oops, wrong button. I want to have one more look at connecting this up. Yeah, so you should be fine. I might have to fix it again at some point, but that looks to be fine. On this side, ooh, on this side they're doing funny things too. I just want to make sure we fix that. So please do that, please do that, and please do that. That's another serious principle about traffic, is that you need a lane for every free flow movement. You really need to receive every free flow movement into its own lane. This one is being received over there, and then there's a merge over here. And yes, we're missing some line markings, and these guys are doing some funny things over there. But all in all, that's it. Okay, so now this whole road network should be operating very well. Okay, guys, I think that is where I'm going to put a cut in this episode. So please, please, please put some comments down below. Ask me some questions so we know where to go from here. And we will start by just expanding the city in general on some solid transport planning principles. Okay guys, I'm ExactChaos, and this has been Transport Planner Says. Thank you, bye bye.